bodies that lie a fixed distance from a fixed point known as the circle center. Okay? Some important definitions and parts of circles. One is the radius. The segment drawn from the center to any point on the circle's edge. So you go from the center, start at the center, to line, and then touches the edge. A chord is a line segment that has both endpoints on the circle. So you start at one end of the circle, and you go to another end of the circle. Okay? A diameter, it is a chord because both endpoints are on the edge of the circle, except what's special about a diameter is that it passes through the center. Okay? That separates a diameter from an everyday chord. Diameter passes through the center, a chord, an everyday chord doesn't. Just endpoints are just on the edges. Okay? What do we know about the relationship between the radius and the diameter? Yeah, very good. The radius is half of the diameter. So you want to make a little note? Radius is half the diameter. Something you probably talked about in your fast math class. So the radius is half the diameter. So we look at this circle, and circle A, meaning A is the center of your circle. So the circle P, then that's telling you point P is the center. Circle R, that's telling you that R is the center. So whatever point comes after the word circle, that's telling you what your center is. Okay, so here's our center because it said circle A. So we know that. List three segments that represent the radii of circle A. Well, what's one example of a radius? It starts at the center, goes to the edge. Alexia? AB. Because it starts at the center, here's A, goes to the edge of the circle. So AB is a radius. What's another example of a radius? AB, very good. Starts at the center, goes to the edge. AB is another radius. What's the third one? Here? AC. Starts at the center, to the edge. So AC is another one. And those are all our examples of a radius. It starts at the center, goes to the edge. What segment represents the diameter? Very good, DC. Starts at the end, goes through the center, stops at the other end. Okay? List all the chords. What's one chord? DB. Very good. Its endpoints are on the edge of a circle. Here's an endpoint. Here's an endpoint. Then the circle. Then a chord is just a line. These endpoints are on the circle. What's another chord? A special type of chord. Let's see. DC. A diameter is a type of chord. It's just goes through the center. DB is not a diameter because it doesn't go through the center. Just a chord. Questions over that? When two different points lie on a circle, they divide the circle into two distinct portions, which is called an arc. So an arc is just kind of like a chunk of the outside of the circle. Like a take a piece of pizza like across. So one type of arc is a semicircle, which essentially is just half of a circle, a semicircle. What's a full circle? What's its measure? 360. So a semicircle would be what? It's half of a circle. 180. So semicircles equal 180 degrees. Okay? Another type of arc is a minor arc. And it's any arc that's less than 180 degrees. So it's smaller than a semicircle. And a third type of arc is a major arc. semicircle. So it has to be between 180 and 360. So a lot of students third period are asking, well, can a major arc be 360 degrees? Well, then it would no longer be an arc, it would be a full circle. Because remember, an arc is a piece of a circle. So if you do 360 degrees, it's no longer an arc, it's an entire circle. To name a semicircle, we use 3 points. To name a minor arc, we use 2 points. And to name a major arc, you also use 3 points. Okay? It's super important when naming arcs. We're going to do this here, this next example. Order matters. Segments, order didn't really matter. As long as you had 2 points on that segment, you were fine. With arcs, order matters. You have to go in the order of the points of the circle when you name them. You go out of order, you're going to be naming different arcs, and you're going to get the wrong answer. Order matters. Okay? So when we name an arc, you're going to name a semicircle. What you're going to do, you're going to draw a mini arc. Okay? How I like to name semicircles, I name one endpoint of the diameter. What's one endpoint of the diameter? B. So I'm going to start with B. What is a point in between the diameter on the edge of the circle? On the edge. C. What's the other endpoint of the diameter? C. We just named a semicircle. From B, you name a point in between, which is C, and then you name the other endpoint of the diameter. Done. Okay? How can we, what's another semicircle on here? On your mini arc. What's another semicircle? DAB. Start at one end of the diameter. Name a point next to it. Then you name another end of the diameter. DAB. You could have written this one as BAD. You could have written this one as DCB. Okay? So, here's the thing. This is why order matters. Because this one is DAB, right? So, why order matters is there's also an arc on the edge of the circle that is a BD, right? The same exact letters, but are they the same exact arc? Because if we highlight DAB, so D to A to B, there's that arc. Let's highlight this one. A to B to D. Are those the same exact arc? No, they're the same letters, but because their order is different on how you wrote them, that changes what the arc is. You have to go in order. If you don't go in order and you just say, oh, these 3 points lie on that arc, I'm just going to name those 3 points however in any order. You're naming a completely different arc. Order matters. You have to go in order. Okay? Just because they're the same points doesn't mean they're the same arc. Okay? So now we're going to name a minor arc. How many points did we say we used to name a minor arc? 2. And that's supposed to be minor. And this one's supposed to be major. Typo that I thought I fixed. Okay. So what did we say? A minor arc, is it bigger than 180 or smaller than 180? So you just have to pick 2 points that are smaller than 180, so smaller than a semicircle. AC. This guy right here. From A to C. And that's okay that D's in between them. It's still smaller than 360. What's another minor arc? DA. Another minor. Smaller than 360. So what could have been another minor arc? What did you say? Yeah, BA. That's smaller than 180. BA. That's another minor arc. What could have been another one? CD. What's another one? B. Yep. Any of these little tiny arcs that are less than 180 are all minor arcs. You just use 2 points to name them. Okay. Questions over minor arcs. And minor you just use 2. Okay. For major arcs are they bigger than 180 or smaller than 180? Bigger. How many points do you use to name a major arc? 3. Right? So think of major arcs go past the semicircle. They're bigger than a semicircle. So we're going to still use our arc symbol. Okay? How I kind of like to name major arcs, I name one end of the diameter, so D. I name the other end of the diameter, which is B. And then I name a point past it, C. There's a major arc. D to B to C. That is a major arc. It's bigger than a semicircle. What's another example of a major arc? Bigger than a semicircle. What's another example of a major arc? Those are the same one. DAC. From D to A to C. D to A all the way to C. There you go. Okay. They're just really big arcs, bigger than a semicircle. You could have said BAC. You could have said DBC. You could have said, there's tons. You're not wrong. Just make sure you use 3 points and it's bigger than 180. That's why, again, order matters when naming arcs. Just because they're the same points doesn't mean it's the same exact arc. Okay? It has to go in order. Okay? Arcs are going to be really important in this unit. We're going to talk about arcs all the time. We're going to talk about their length at the end of this unit, but we're going to figure out their measure today. Okay? An important part of a circle to figure out its measure is called a central angle. And a central angle is any angle that has the center on its vertex. Okay? The endpoints are on the edge of the circle, and the vertex is on the center. Okay? So here we have circle B. So what's our center of our circle? We have circle B. B. So here's B, here's our center. And we want an angle whose vertex is B. So I just go through, you can maybe just look at it right away. You know how to name angles? If not, we're going to go ahead and highlight each angle. So we're going to go down, start with A. D, A, E. So from D to A to E. Is that angle's vertex on the center? No. Here's this angle's vertex. Remember, it's the kind of pointy part of your angle. That's on the edge. We'll talk about those types of angles on Monday. That's not a central angle. Okay? Let's highlight the next one. C, E, B. From C to E. Is that a central angle? No, it's the vertex of the center. No, the vertex is on the edge. Not it. Okay, let's highlight the next one. From C to B to A. Is that a central angle? Yeah. Is this vertex on the center? Yeah. The vertex of this angle is B. And you can tell just from right there, the middle point's always the vertex, and that's a B. So we can circle it. And if we look at ACB just to double check our work, if we look at A to C to B, again the vertex is on the edge, so that one would not work out. Okay. Questions over that? So we can say now that we know what a central angle is, an arc, a measure of an arc, is the same as a central angle. So whatever central angle is, that arc that's in between that angle is the same. Okay? So we look here in this diagram, ADB, this angle right here, is 112 degrees. And when we're trying to figure out an arc that's in between an angle, I like to think of like a piece of pie or a piece of pizza or something like that. It's a circular shaped food. The arc that's in between that angle, I like to think is the crust of that piece. So if we look here, A to B is what's in between that angle. Okay? So that angle, which is a central angle, because that vertex is on the center, is 112. What's the measure of that arc? What did we just say about arcs and central angles? Eric? Yeah, it's 112. They're the same. So that because this angle right here is 112, that means that arc that's in between that angle is also 112. We would say AB is 112 degrees. Everyone okay with that? When you have a central angle, that arc that's in between that angle, they're the same. Okay? Same exact measure. What is the measure of arc ACB? How do we get that? Yeah, because we don't have the central angle for that arc, right? So to figure out what the measure of that arc is, if we did a full circle, again, what's the measure of a full circle? 360. Well, we only want to go that much. We can take the measure of that arc, 112, and subtract it from 360. We have the measure of that big arc. And what did we say it was again? 248. There we go. Questions over that? Okay. No questions? Okay. It's time to practice. If you have questions, please let me know. Days